In today's society and in the long-stretched corridor of opinions and life philosophies, it's important to stand your ground and be proud of who you are. A quick and easy way to reach out to the people in your surroundings and make a stand on various issues is, of course, via our beloved tool and lifelong friend, Facebook. One's profile picture should preferably be decorated with everything from foreign flags whose country is at war, to vaccination syringes, black fists, pink ribbons, or various slogans and logos, so that you loud and clear can show everyone that you are on board and follow the official narrative. Look at me, I think like this. Just like you. Look at me, I too am down with whatever everyone else is down with. I'm just like all the others and share the same opinion, which makes me a good person. Solidarity, always? Of course, the aforementioned is mostly the action of our neighbor who belongs to the sleeping flock of sheep, but there are also a lot of similar actions that can now be found in many of the self-proclaimed awake-Ned communities around the world, for example the Say No to Vaccine Passports logo. Here, it is apparently also important to bandage your profile pictures with various slogans, and some even also agree with that it is important to show that you care about war-affected countries and wave their flags in front of your own self-righteous face. Look at me, I'm definitely in too and I get to show off how good I am. As this was being recorded, the latest trend around social media was something as funny as a filter that shows how you would look like if you were a cartoon, imagine. Everyone joined in on this, not only the sleeping sheep but also many of the freedom fighters out there. Those who sit and brag about how much they know about the elite, the deep state, the world banks, and how corrupt the system we live in is, and that the whole world is probably just one big matrix, find themselves in the next minute amused by an app created by the elite and tech giants. Because looking like a cartoon is so much fun. The only thing the tech giants want, through this funny little app, is to collect information about people's faces to eventually create a virtual reality we all are going to be able to walk around in and live our lives through. If you are even a bit critical to the system, you should know this. Just look at Snapchat, which a few years ago created a cool trend among kids, cute cat and dog ears, and when you opened your mouth, a mask covering half your face suddenly popped up in front of your mouth, and you looked so cool. Everyone was using it. I would call it a normalization process, because how else could you possibly so quickly and easily get teenagers and young people accept wearing face masks? A couple of months ago, Apple also launched a function where you can now unlock your phone with facial recognition, despite wearing a face mask or not. How convenient. All these functions are created by us, with us, and for us. We are only but the tech giants' lab rats, who they use for their own gain. For your own profit. They have also made us so dependent on these smartphones, that we today hardly can step outside our door without them. It's no longer about yawning and screaming about putting your phone on flight mode when you talk about secret things, or only paying with cash in the store because you don't want to be tracked. The only time you won't be tracked is if you live completely secluded out in the woods without either electricity or running water. Because the truth is, that everyone with a mobile phone today is tracked, mapped, exploited, and processed, for normalization. I'm aware of this, still I use apps like social media on a daily basis. I know what they're about, and I know how they work. Certain things in my life makes me personally feel that I have to have these channels, to some extent, and learn how to move in and out of the different rooms and keep up with what's going on. Just like in the Matrix. I also have nothing against those who use smartphones, tablets, screens, social media, apps, and other digital technology, because that's what the world looks like today. On the other hand, to sit and pound your own back and point finger at others and how they love their lives, but seconds later change your profile picture on Facebook to a cartoon character, rhymes bad with me. Stop posting about boycotting cashless stores and say it's because you don't want to be tracked, when that's exactly what you are just by using a smartphone. You should know better. It is also usually very popular in these far-stretched corridors of opinions to trumpet on how little, or not at all, you watch TV or follow mainstream media. Who even watches TV anymore? Almost everything today is streamed, right? Also, to be able to feel included in the so-called awakened communities, one must follow and watch only alternative channels and freedom-fighting influencers. Just as in the society you don't want to be a part of, you make your own little world with guidelines you must follow, otherwise you are not allowed to play. You have to name-drop the right sources, the right people and those trending in awareness and awakening at the moment, and if you're not, you can't sit with us. Talk about hypocrisy. I love to keep myself updated, both on things going on in the so-called normal world, and also what is happening on the other side. It's good to be out and about, and know a little here and a little there. Being aware is not just about knowing which planet is conjunct with which, or what passage in the Bible prophesies about today's dystopian society, nor about who the top names are who rule the world's elite, or how the global banking system is corrupting all the world's countries, and puts all its citizens in chains and shackles. Being aware is also about keeping track of what happens on a daily basis, both small and large, mainstream and alternative, in order to best form your own opinion about what you need to do, on an individual level, in order to be able to, as smoothly as possible, move in and out of the matrix. I've said it before and I'll say it again, yawning and screaming about how awake you are, trumpeting who is, or isn't, telling the truth, memorizing and repeating statistics and numbers, waving placards, hashtags or flags, while pounding on your chest to show how good you are, regardless of which corridor you are in, doesn't change anything. There is an English expression called "you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk?" In the end, we all dance to the system's tune. It's easy to get us where they want. So instead of falling into old ways and patterns, instead, keep track and see the connections, apply them on an individual level to your everyday life, instead of boasting about how well you can repeat yesterday's news. Because at the end of the day, the only ones you are bragging to about yourself and your so-called knowledge, are a bunch of cartoon characters molded by the system you so desperately want to escape from.